Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am Jared Hinkey, the MLS coordinator at KAAR, here to bring you another edition of Tips and Tricks. In this edition of Tips and Tricks, I'm going to showcase using the map in RPR and some of the information you can find on that map. So I am on the RPR homepage. The first thing I want to do is bring up a property, so I'll scroll on down until I get to My Properties, Recent, and View, and I'll pick that first one here on the list. Now I'm on my property summary page. I can see a picture coming from our MLS, and over here on the right I do have the map option that I'll go ahead and click on. The first thing that I'll point out on the map is I can see all the parcels around my subject property, as well as a little automatic valuation of those properties. So it'll give me a very quick idea of the potential property values for those houses surrounding my subject property. With these automatic valuations, I can get a rough opinion of what houses on this street might go for. To get a little bit more information about the market surrounding this property, I can head on over to the data layers. If I select 12-month change estimated value, I can get an idea of, are houses in this area rising in value or are they falling in value? And I do have my scale or my legend down here showing me the more towards the blue and black, the more positive that change in estimated value has been over the last year, versus going to the red if it's decreasing in value over the last 12 months. And if I zoom in a little bit, I can see my subject property is maybe on the edge of this blue spot here, but mainly in the white, so not too much change in the 12-month estimated value. Heading back to data layers, this time I'm going to pick the pending sales concentration layer and click apply. And I can see that my subject property is kind of right on the edge of an area with a little bit higher pending sales concentration. So there's been a lot of activity around here and a little bit less where my subject property is. The last data layer that I'll look at is the list price versus sales price layer. When I click apply here, I can see if homes have been selling for less than their list price, more than their list price, or maybe around the same. And it is again just kind of on the outskirts of a blue shaded area, so it's almost in that neutral zone for my subject property. The next map feature that I'll highlight is the Show Geographies option up here at the top. When I click into this drop-down menu, I can get the option to highlight the boundaries of the county, the city, the zip code, neighborhoods, census block, and school districts. So if I'm curious what neighborhood my subject property is in, I'll just try intermediate neighborhoods first. I get all these cool orange boundaries on the map. If I zoom in a little bit, I can see my properties in here. When I click into the neighborhood, I have an option to search for properties in the area. If I click X and then zoom in again, I get that neighborhood name of Arlington. So I have identified what neighborhood my subject listing is in. To get an idea of what's around this neighborhood, I can head on over to POIs, or points of interest, and check any of these boxes. So I'll pick the one for restaurants and bars, click apply, and now I'll get this fork and knife icon on my map, and it will show me all the restaurants and bars within this map view around my subject property. I can click on one of the icons and then get the name of the restaurant. The last feature that I'll show you here on the map is the driving tool, and I can get an idea of kind of how far I can go in my morning commute or afternoon commute from my subject property. So I'll go ahead and pick travel time. I'm going to click here and hold and drag until this map pin is about in the same position as my subject property. I'll click next. I'll select kind of when I'm going to be traveling. So I'll be traveling by car at 8 a.m. on Monday, and I'm willing to drive for maybe about 20 minutes. When I click on next, this area in orange is going to be roughly all the places that are within a 20-minute drive on Monday morning from my subject property. To recap what this map can do, it will show you an estimated evaluation of those properties around your subject property. You can use the data layers to get a good idea of what the local housing market conditions may be. You can use Show Geographies to see the neighborhood or the zip code, city, etc. that your subject property is in. You can identify nearby points of interest by clicking on points of interest and selecting the one that you wish to see. And you can also get an idea of what that daily commute looks like by clicking on driving and then travel time. That is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for more tips and tricks videos in the future.